You have made it. You have been born into the world of Ant-Tena. Your fellow queen needs your service. Quickly find food and bring it to the nest. You will find yourself rewarded with a pleasant surprise.
As you can probably guess by the lack of visuals, our game has none. We're actually aiming to make a game for blind people, mostly to fit the inclusive category on the thing, and just because it seemed like a really great idea to match the theme of you can't see things as they are. And we didn't read the second half, we got bored.
So instead of using our usual visual senses to see things on a common daily basis, we try to challenge the player to rely on his other physiological channels and perceive his surroundings by
relying on like everyday senses that are not visual.
Hearing, and we also have haptic feedback by the controller. It will vibrate if you bump into a wall. Yeah, and it's not only for blind people, but we wanted to make it accessible to people who have certain disabilities. We also plan on doing subtitles to make it accessible for
Listen with your heart.
So there are several mechanics throughout the game and kind of missions, but the game is not so much to do something. It's more about experience, just experiencing the world, getting in touch with it. So it's kind of an experimental game and just learning how to behave within the world. So do you want to talk about that?
One other thing about the game is from the name Ant-Tena, it's designed, you're an ant basically. You start off underground in the darkness, and that's where the inspiration to the fact you can't see. A lot of the missions are based around following other ants, and you can have this. One of the things we did do with the game is it requires a controller with force feedback as well as headphones, because you have to navigate by those sensors, and so we sort of had to choose specific hardware just to enable that.
At the beginning, it will be unusual to you and very uncomfortable, but you will adapt to the way it has to be played. As we already tested it, and we also got the feedback. And with time, it becomes easier, and it will be a very. I think so. It will be an illuminating experience to rely not on your vision, which is our primary sense, but on listening, stereo, and feeling.
So some of the other things that you have to do within the game is like find other ants and bring them back to the nest. You also have to get them to trust you. So the ways that we did that was you have to mimic them. For example, they will have a sound pattern, and you can copy their sound pattern. If you copy them correctly, they will follow you. But if you make the pattern wrong, then they will leave you. So you have to try and get as many ants to stay with you and follow you back to the nest. So that's one of the other mechanics of the game.
To get a better impression of it, I would really suggest you to try it yourselves later.
Find the best doctor.